God that the Roe versus Wade decision is destroying hookup culture. Like, this is why I think, I'm so sorry to say this to you guys, but I think we as women, a lot of us women in the feminist movement, a lot of the feminist movement women have got it backwards. Because if you, like, I saw, like, Ruslan KD, which is a great channel, I recommend you guys support. Also, I'm going to be doing a video about 10 channels I think everybody should subscribe to if you want to keep yourself out of the matrix. So look out for that video. But in that video, he basically was talking about, he was showing some clips on TikTok of girls who were like, saying like, now because of the decision of Roe versus Wade, hookup culture is going to be destroyed. I hope you men are happy because now we can't kill the babies because we had unprotected sex with deadbeat men who we never want to have their kids with. So I hope you know this is destroying hookup culture. Like, can you explain to me how that is empowering of women in any way, shape, or form? How is that a positive? How is that even something to fight for? Like, I feel sorry. I feel hurt that this is what we as women see as what we want to achieve. You're upset that you're not able to kill a child after drunkenly, and this is what they were saying, after drunkenly sleeping with a man you know that you're not going to want to have a child with because of how the circumstances went down. We as women, a lot of the time, we can complain about the patriarchy and misogyny and every other E we can talk about. Some of the things we are doing to ourselves, okay? Some of the things we are doing to ourselves. And this is one of those things. Because do you think they care? Like, I say this to women all the time. And I've been realizing this for myself. And the Lord had to really make me realize this. And it hit me with this lesson in my own life, right? Whoever impregnates me, if I end up pregnant, I got there. I will pay the consequences, one way or the other, right? We got to stop blaming other people for or turning the attention away from ourselves. Like, it's the fact that I didn't realize, and this is why when people are like, but what if somebody gets raped, right? Which is less than 5% of the time, which I'll continue to say. People say that, but listen, these girls aren't saying what happens if they get raped. These girls are saying they know what they're doing. They know that they plan on just getting an abortion if it comes to it. Like, this is part of the lifestyle. This is now just another form of contraception. And so this is nuts. Like, this is what us women are fighting for today. The right to be able to go out and sleep with as many men who are not interested in us, who probably didn't even satisfy us anyway. Because that's the other thing about hookup culture. There was one video that was shown that of a girl who was talking about how, you know, it's just not worth it. Which a lot of people, this is why people say they want to have fun while they're young. You know why they no longer have fun anymore? Because they realize it means nothing. And then, oh, guess what? They end up wanting to be in a relationship. They end up wanting to be married. Oh, would you look at that? God was right again. And I'll tell you how I know that. Because did you know, fun fact, it's scientifically proven through research, I wish I could remember the source off the top of my head, that the couples who enjoy, you know, sexual relations the most are married couples. Who would have thought? The most satisfied and fulfilled in that area of their life are the married couples. Wow. Once again, maybe God was right. Maybe there was a reason he says all the stuff he says. Maybe he realized that going around and sleeping with loads of people is going to make you need to kill those children afterwards if they're an inconvenience to you now, right? Which actually has its own effects, such as increased chances of a lot of things relating to the womb, endometriosis being one of them, something that a lot of more women are struggling with, right? And devaluing of us as women. Like, when I'm hearing women defend that they want to be there for hookup culture, I'm like, listen, these will be the same women. Yeah, this is why I say we shoot ourselves in the foot. You'll be the same women who then, now you finally meet a good guy. And you know what happened? You'll be hit with the conviction when you meet a guy who's not been around doing whatever, who's actually really good, wants to be really good to you. And when you try and tell him now that you've slept with all of the guys in your town, he doesn't want to be with you. Or now you've got a long-term disease, right? Because this is what happens. Like, now herpes is being normalized as like a thing that people might have. And I'm not saying, I'm not judging anybody. Let me make this very clear. I'm not judging people for their actions, but I'm just saying, like the law says, the scientific law, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. What we do, right, it's going to have consequences. And the consequences affect us the most. This is why I have a problem when people are like, oh, the men do this and men are making decisions about women's bodies and God wants to do this against women. Whenever whatever you think, yeah, your actions, they affect you the most. That's the thing that people miss. And then you'll find yourself in a situation where you're managing the fact that you've got herpes. You're depressed, you don't understand why. Probably because your spiritual energy is so messed up because you've just let in all these guys into your space, into your womb, you know, clogging up your whole spiritual energy, all of these different things. And you wonder why you're depressed. And you wonder why you're struggling. And you wonder why the good guy doesn't want to be with you. And then you want to be upset, like, how come guys don't accept girls with high blah, blah, blah? Well, guess what? Their body, their choice. Their body, their choice. How about that? How about they don't want that in their body? Or to be inside that body that's been doing that stuff. How about they don't want their child to grow up in that womb? Did you think about that? How about the fact that maybe the fact you want to do that is a turn off? Because you know what's funny about social media? On social media, it's so easy for us to think that what we see on social media is the majority. And I think a lot of the negatives of social media, negatives of society are amplified on social media. So we don't hear enough about the opposite. I heard this being spoken about on a podcast. I think it was on Roommates, and they had an interview with Shan Boodram and Jared Brady, who are married with 2 kids, despite starting out as an open relationship. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Once again, people just choose God's way, even though they were like, God just doesn't want us to have fun. More like God doesn't want you to be in destruction. And on there, they were talking about how because they're all in happy relationships, they're not on social media in the comment sections and stuff, and they talked on there, which I agree with, that a lot of people were happy. A lot of the good guys, a lot of the good women are not going to be all over social media out there in the comments. Now, they'll be observing, which is why I said actions have consequences. So you as a woman, for all you know, there was the perfect guy that you've ever been praying for, you've ever wanted, who was following you. And then he sees your attitude to having a child, and him knowing he wants to have like 5 kids, or him knowing that he himself was a child of being R-worded, like, and he survived and he feels really passionate about that. And guess what? Now you've lost a good guy. Because that's what people forget about on social media. As women especially, guys are silent online. This is what I've learned. And this is why we need to shut up sometimes as women. We really do. Men are very silent online, for the most part. They'll be observing. Now, this is how you end up in a toxic relationship, because a lot of the people who'll be there back and forthing with you all online are the ones who are equally as toxic. And then you find yourself in a toxic relationship. And then you're like, oh no, what's happening? It's because of what you put online. Did you think about that? It's because of you defending hookup culture. You think that a good man is going to want to be with you while he hears you defending your right to kill a child in your womb by using the fact that you want to participate in hookup culture, sleeping with men you're not actually interested in, who you actually basically think are deadbeats. And then guess what? Then you be the same one who, let's say, you get pregnant now, or you keep the child now, and with this deadbeat, then you're going to be the woman who's like, he ain't this, he ain't that. Come on, women. Come on. Listen, I get it. It's hard, right? And I'm glad in a way that we in society have highlighted and emphasized and amplified the fact that women, we are sexual beings. We want to have sex as well. All that stuff, right? I think that's great because it's helped to further the education about sex as far as the female body, the difference between men and women, and so on and so forth, right? But here's the thing. As I said to you, actions have consequences. If it's a guy, listen, you as women, you know this very well. If you're in having these interactions, the guy is always going to win better than you are in these scenarios, because a lot more women are going to accept a lot higher body count than a lot of other guys. Number one. Number two, they're slightly easier or more easy to please in that area in general. So that's going to at least be worth it to them for that. And there's so many different reasons. Number three, they don't get to fall pregnant. They don't have to fall pregnant. We're the ones who have to deal with the consequences of that stuff. We're the ones with the womb. We're the ones where, what if you destroy your womb now from killing all these children in your womb, and then now you can't have children with your husband. Now he wants to divorce you because he told you wanted to have kids and you all agreed you're going to have 5 kids, but you already had 5 abortions and now you're having issues in the womb. This is what people don't talk about. So thank God if the decisions around Roe versus Wade have come against hookup culture. It's about mother freaking time. And it's about time that us as women stop supporting things that do the exact opposite of what we're saying, making ourselves available to men to be used as meat whenever they want, men that we don't even value enough to be in a relationship with. Explain to me how that's women empowerment. Explain to me how that's equal rights for women and us being seen as first-class citizens. That's you seeing yourself as a second-class citizen because you're just as good to that guy as a freaking alcoholic beverage, as a freaking meal, as a way for him to gratify his desires. That's all you are. And you're not even getting as much out of it. And now you want to say this is why so many women have fallen for the trick that having your booty cheeks out and cleavage to the nines and doing all this stuff online is women empowerment. No, it's not. It's a way for guys to more easily see the girls that they can easily do stuff with, and then when they're ready, they'll find the girl who's not doing all of that, and then you'll be salty because you'll be like, how can you tell me I'm not a wife because I used to be a hoe? And the whole internet has seen your butt cheeks. The whole internet knows exactly what you got going on under there. The whole internet saw you defending hookup culture. And let's remember this as well. If you want to be a mother, or those of us who want to be mothers, let's think about what our children are going to see online. Because I'll tell you guys something. I'll keep it 100% a buck, as they say in some place in the US with you guys. I'm a dancer, okay? I'm a dancer. I'm a choreographer. And if I wanted to be thotting for my life, I could be on social media. I could be. I'll tell you why I don't do that. Because one day I'm going to have children. And God forbid one of my children sees that. God forbid my daughter sees me twerking my cheeks all on social media, right? Singing to wap, 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 wap. God forbid they see that. And they think that's female empowerment. And they God forbid my daughter thinks that's how she has to look like a queen to be valued. Because I tell you, it's devaluing. It's devaluing. So I'd have to just say, if Roe versus Wade has come against hookup culture, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Because this stuff is getting out of hand. And women are starting to sound dumb. And I'm telling you guys, I'll be keeping real with you guys. I'm telling you, the more we support this stuff, the more we just think about things that sound nice and feel nice as opposed to using logic, the more it's going to shoot us in the foot. It might be cute right now while you're doing little hot girl summers while you're in your early 20s or in your 20s to 30s, and all you want to do is make your money and go to Dubai with your girls or go to wherever with your girls and drink and party and hook up and everything. Do you know when it's all going to hit? You know when it's all going to hit? It's going to hit when you're 40 and you realize, oh, there's no guys, and you hear these women like, there's no good guys. No, they ain't interested in you because they seen you twerking them cheeks on Insta, and they seen you defending hookup culture, and they seen you screaming like your demons coming to life on social media at the thought of you being inconvenienced by a baby. Did you think about that one? That's what I've got to say for this one, guys. Obviously, I'm very passionate about this because I'm a woman, and I think being a woman is freaking awesome. I think having a womb is a freaking superpower. Like, we bring children into this world. Like, hello, is that not like the coolest thing ever? I think that's the coolest thing ever. And I can't wait to be a mom. My children not will ever think they're an inconvenience in my life. Never in my life. So I'm very passionate about this. I care about the children because we as women have dropped the ball. We are supposed to be the ones who care about the children. We're supposed to be the ones to be more emotional. And we have become so evil. And I actually believe, guys, that women have a higher capacity for evil than men. If you want to know why I think that, let me know in the comments and I'll make a video about it. Other than that, guys, I'm going to stop talking because my throat is hurting because I've been shouting this whole video because I feel very passionate and I'm sweating. Don't forget to subscribe if you've enjoyed this video. I'd really appreciate it, and like the video if you did. And like I said, guys, I'm not judging anybody for their behavior. It's not about a judgment of what you did. It's about the logic behind, or rather the lack of logic behind what you're doing and the actual consequences. I'm just trying to scream into our programmed, brainwashed brains some sense in the hope that it will get the cogs of logic in your head turning again, and you can realize that your actions today have a resulting consequence for tomorrow, and you may not be happy about that, and you may want to change what you're doing. That's all I'm saying. God bless every single one of you, and I'll see you in my next one. Goodbye.